It is one of the most emotionally and vocally demanding roles for a woman in musical theater, and it's a role millions know by heart. Christine Daae is the center of Andrew Lloyd Webber's blockbuster musical Phantom of the Opera. She moves from chorus member to star, torn by the love of two men, her handsome friend from childhood and the obsessive, grotesque phantom who gives her the gift of music. As Christine, Sandra Joseph walks that path from happiness to heartbreak 6 nights a week at the Masonic Temple Theater.
I've been trying to remember all the shows that I've seen here since I was a little kid. And the one that I remember the most is Hello, Dolly with Carol Channing, because we sat in the front row. But I had never been backstage here, ever, until the first day of rehearsals here. So it was a thrill. I got here early so I could take a moment and walk out on the stage and look out at the house and kind of reminisce a little bit.
Is it different playing Detroit than playing Seattle or Louisville or East Lansing or Boston?
This is the biggest opening city of my life. I mean, I think this was more exciting than New York would be for me.
Really?
More exciting than Broadway would ever be.
Broadway?
Yeah, because I get to share this with my family and friends.
Sandra Joseph is part of a large Lebanese extended family with hundreds of members across Metro Detroit. The 28-year-old grew up in Harper Woods with her older sister Monica and her parents Jerry and John. And like Christine Daae, Sandra's choice of a profession was greatly influenced by her father.
My father actually did a lot of theater in his 20s and had great aspirations of being an actor. And he got married and had us instead, so it's particularly thrilling to be able to do this at home and have him share in it.
Really, she is living out a dream now that I had when I was younger. I wanted to do it. I wanted to be in theater, and I did some theater work locally, but I didn't follow it. I didn't have really the guts to follow it, and she has.
The first musical Sandra recalls seeing with her family was Annie at the Fisher Theater.
And I sat there mesmerized, of course. I was about the same age as the actress playing Annie. And I remember driving home from the theater with my dad, and I got teary-eyed, as probably many girls did. But I got teary-eyed in the car and said, "Daddy, I want to do that. That's what I want to do with my life."
We were doing an audition for Annie, and of course I was looking for a voice, and I was also looking for someone rather diminutive.
GAEL BARR, who heads the theater department at Grosse Pointe North High School, knew he'd found someone special when he cast Sandra as Annie.
And I think the thing about her singing when she was younger was that it seemed very effortless. You do hear some kids sing and you think, well, that's a really good voice, but you're working at it. And you never felt that she was working at it. And the other thing that you always felt, and the audience felt, she loved doing it.
I used to come out here when no one was here. After school sometimes I used to walk out on the stage and just look out at the empty theater. And this was really where I came to know that this was what I wanted to do with my life. I remember standing on this stage and thinking, oh, I love this. If I can do this for the rest of my life, I will be happy.
Michigan State let Sandra tailor her degree program to her dreams, with lots of acting and voice classes. Then she headed for New York City with its casting calls and the inevitable rejections. Eventually, she won a role in a musical revue that toured Europe, sang on cruise ships, and finally got a chance to understudy the role of Christine. After a year of waiting in the wings, Sandra won the starring role in this national touring company of Phantom.
As the audience files in, Sandra spends the last 20 to 30 minutes before curtain getting ready vocally, warming up her voice for a role that requires her to sing for more than 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Hi, you look great.
All set. Couple of finishing touches. It takes a lot of stamina to get through this role because Christine is on stage practically through the entire show, and if I'm not on stage, then I'm off stage in the wings, changing very quickly, and it takes a lot of physical strength to get through it, vocally and with the emotional demands of the role.
At 28, I think a lot of women who are your age are thinking about getting married, having children. Is that even in your radar screen at this point?
It's hard to think in those terms right now because my career is so much a part of me right now, and it fulfills so many things for me. Because I'm not married, because I'm not a mother, doesn't mean that it'll never happen.
In an audience of 3,000 or 4,000, standing, giving her standing ovations when she's done performing, I mean, it is like nothing I have ever experienced in my life. And it's, as I said before, I'm living it with her. The whole family is living it with her. And it's just fabulous.